What happens when you wait to plan for cash flow in your business? Recently, I was having a conversation on Instagram and we were talking about the cash flow calculator, which we're going to talk about more on Thursday. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. But the comment she made was it just would take a little time because I'm actually building my business up from the ground. So I guess finances come at the end when it's all set up to generate some cash flow. I guess. Like, I'm not an expert at that. That was the message. And I want to talk about today what I told her and what happens when you wait to plan for cash flow. So here we go. Welcome back to another episode of the Your Money, Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Aimee Cerka. We are talking today about what happens when you wait to plan for cash flow. So, first off, you heard in the intro the conversation that I had with somebody on Instagram that sparked all of this. So, if you are listening to this episode because we talked about the podcast, first off, I want to congratulate you for acknowledging the fact that you might be off in this thought process that you aren't the expert when it comes to this specific area, because that comment was what opened the door to be able to make this shift and this reframe for you. And I'm super excited to see what happens from this conversation that we had. Okay. And secondly, it's a common perspective. It's a lot of what we talk about. And this is why I end up spending so much time focusing on cash flow and the things to do to create cash flow, because this is what we feel is going to get us the thing that we're looking for. But in reality, it's not the thing that's going to give us the cash flow that we're looking for. Well, not the only thing. You need multiple pieces. Okay. What we find is when you're set up for success at the beginning, like at that foundational level. So if you're not set up for success now and you've been in business for years, it's not too late. Best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So do the work now to set yourself up for success. But if you're at the beginning, this is the best time to set yourself up for success at that foundational level. And here's why. Because when you do make the money, you're going to know what to do with it. So you make money faster, because at a subconscious level, if you were not set up for success, if you're just kind of figuring it out as you go along, you don't have a plan in place for what you'll do with the money. You don't know how much money you really need. You've kind of set that 6-figure goal because everyone talks about making 6 figures. Do you even need 6 figures? Is 6 figures not enough? Hello, we've seen inflation. Where are you at? If you don't know these things, you don't know what's going on. If you don't know how to plan for taxes, if you don't know how to expense things, keep up with your books, all those things that have to happen as you make that income, if you're not prepared for it, you will subconsciously self-sabotage yourself from actually making that income. So, the cash flow calculator that she grabbed, which is what we were talking about, is the first thing that I have you do inside Money Mastery Academy, because we have to know where you're already doing the work and what you actually need to work on so that you're doing the right work. Okay. You don't necessarily need to do all the things. It's not more work. There's shortcuts. Okay. Take the shortcut with the cash flow calculator. Let's see. So we talked about the mindset and how you will self-sabotage because of the mindset. But you also, if you don't plan for the cash flow and you're doing this by avoiding the numbers because they're boring, you don't like them, I've heard all of these things, you're not going to know again where you're at and where you need to go. So when we plan for cash flow, when we plan prepare ourselves for the things that we're expecting, you're going to see results. So avoiding the numbers because you don't like them, you often end up working harder than you need to. And I don't know about you, I don't really want to work harder than I need to. Just give me the shortcut. Give me the thing that works. I'm going to do the work. But if it works, I'm not doing more, right? If you want to check out the cash flow calculator, the first thing we have you do inside Money Mastery Academy, I am giving you access. The link is going to be in the show notes below. Make sure to check it out, go through it, because there's a special link in there where I can review your results with you, which is what makes it so powerful for the Academy. But if you're ready to just get to the point, then you should join me for the Simply Biz workshop. I'm going to walk you through the process for Prosperity Simplified. That's my signature business budgeting system to set you up for success in the beginning, regardless if you are still investing into your business or you're paying yourself from your business or a combination of both. This is why it's so powerful. It's a simple business budgeting system. You might have heard of Profit First, and there's nothing wrong with the Profit First system. It works and it works well. But what I often find is it's too complicated. Like you're there as the coach, you're there as the CEO, and you want to be in that role. You don't want to be working at the numbers. And if you need a bookkeeper to sit here and tell you what to do and all those things, like it's a lot. So why not just have a simple business budgeting system that's built off of percentage-based budgeting, just like Profit First, because, all of my budgeting systems are based off of percentage-based budgeting because it is the best way to budget, just hands down. You will not be able to talk me out of that. It's the best way to budget, percentage-based budgeting. But if we can do it simply and create a simple business budgeting system so that as you scale, as you increase your cash flow, you already have the things in place that you need to continue to grow, that's going to be game changing for you. So I'm doing a live workshop. We're going to walk through the whole process. Simply Biz workshop. We're walking through the Prosperity Simplified system. We're going to get it set up, started for you. All the things you need to do to take action. It's only $27. Link for that is in the show notes. It's happening live on January 18th. If you're listening after the fact, you can always check out the link. I haven't decided if I'm offering the replay, but you never know until you try, right? That's what I've got for now. If you have questions, make sure to ask. Send me a message on Instagram. We'll see you next time. Bye for now. Thank you so much for listening to the Your Money, Your Life podcast. Wondering what's next? When you're ready, there are different levels of support that you can use on the path to creating unstoppable finances and your unstoppable life. After all, your finances are unique and your support should be too. Ultimately, we'll create a customized plan to ditch financial struggle for good that works for you, your goals, your priorities, your life. Go to workwithaimee.com to get started with one of our most popular programs, or you can book a Q&A call with me and we'll figure out what your next step should be.